All right.
Control 148.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is a 2 o'clock calendar. It's October 30th, 2025. The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given at the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. When I call your name, you'll stand by behind the podium, give me your name and your date of birth. Number one. Number two, I will not say out loud all your release conditions. They'll be in your paperwork, so it'll be your responsibility to review them. At a minimum, we'll say no driving without a valid driver's license and no drugs without a valid prescription. For those of you on probation, there'll be a requirement to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All right. For those of you who do set a security appearance bond, you can go through a bonding company. It's my understanding they do collect calls. Their names and numbers are on some walls in the jail. If you can't find it or have some difficulty, please ask one of the officers for assistance. All right. Stephen Barlow. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Stefan Barlow, July 14th.
Oh, Stefan, I'm sorry, Steph.
No worries, no worries.
All right.
Just Stefan Barlow, July 14th, 1994.
Okay. So you have an arrest warrant at a Superior Court for 3 counts of aggravated DUI, Class 4 felonies. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street on November 5th for a status conference and a witness preliminary hearing. This time is scheduled for November 7th at 8:30. I had to change one thing there here. Okay, just want to. Okay, I would tell you the judge, your assigned judge made a finding that you're out on release for another felony charge for a class, looks like a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs in CR 2024, looks like 15806. I'll double check that in a second. And found probable cause. The release was on 12/2/2004. I guess no, it's the other case you were out on release on was CR 2024 156608. Okay, and pursuant to Rule 7.2 of the finding by the other, excuse me, 7.2b, the other judge found that you have to be held without bond at this time. You can't consume any alcohol. You can have an evidentiary hearing on November 6th at 1:30, also at 175 West Madison Street. And your lawyer will explain to you what the purpose of the hearing, so what's involved with that to see whether bond can be set. All right, step to your left, please. Selena Bustillos. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Selena Bustillos, 1699.
All right, you were indicted by a grand jury, so let me just go over that. I don't have much information in regard to it. 1 count of illegally conducting an enterprise, Class 3 felony. 1 count of conspiracy, Class 3 felony, and 2 counts of misconduct, trafficking, misconduct in weapons, Class 3 felony. The illegally conducted enterprise alleged and the conspiracy are alleged to have occurred, I believe, on May 4th, 2024. One of the misconduct weapons, 9/20/24, and the other one, 10/2/24. I don't, because it's a closed indictment, I don't have any information in regards to these charges. You'll talk to your lawyer about it, who I've appointed for you. You'll have a arraignment hearing at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix on November 6th at 8:30. You cannot have any contact with any co-defendant. You're not to possess any weapons, among other things. Another judge, upon the return of the indictment, set bond in the amount of $10,000 cash only. If you can talk to your lawyer about seeing about the bond can be reduced. But all right, step to your left, please. Robert Chastain. Hats off. All right, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Robert Chastain, January 23rd, 1969.
All right, sir. you're here on a bench warrant, and apparently you didn't show up for the pre-trial conference. You already have an attorney. Your next court date will be a status conference on November 10th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim, and your judge set bond amount of $2,500 cash bond. Okay. If you post your bond, make sure you show up, or else you can lose it, and a warrant would issue. All right. Step to your left, please. Moniz Lewis. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Moniz Lewis, 11/9/93.
All right, you have two bench warrants, because apparently you failed to appear for your sentencing on both of them. One was based on an ag DUI, another one was drug charges. And you already have an attorney on that. Your court dates for both of them will be November 5th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. Your bonds on each one were set by your judge of $1,000 cash only. All right, so it's total $2,000 cash. All right, step to your left, please. All right, Kevin Brown. Good morning, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Kevin Eugene Brown, June 3rd, 1983.
Okay, Mr. Brown, a couple of things here. I know you have 6 prior felony convictions. You also have a warrant out of Isleta, New Mexico. I don't pronounce it, but they're not extraditing you.
It's a traffic ticket.
I know, but they're not extraditing you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. Isleta?
It's actually part of like Albuquerque.
Okay, but
yeah.
All right. Either way, I'm just sort of mentioning that to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You got the charge of criminal damage, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespass, Class 3 misdemeanor. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be at 175 West Madison Street for status conference at 8:30 on November 5. And at this time, a witness will be hearing is set for November 7th. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000 secured appearance bond.
Is there any way I could get
No.
a OR?
No. That was your history.
Me and my wife are like super
Step to your
broke.
left, please.
All right.
Kevin Brown. I'm sorry, that was Mr. Brown, I'm sorry. Luis Naides. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Luis Diego Nieves, January 25th, 2000.
Okay, so you're in 2 probation violations. Does he have some other hold besides the probation violations?
There is, yeah, there's 1, 2, there's 4 other warrants.
Not, but new Superior Court charges, right? Because sometimes they give you orange shirts if it depends what you're wearing, but anytime I see someone in an orange shirt to see if there are any other holes.
We got 2 from IA, Superior Court, and then Phoenix.
Okay, the one Superior Court, he's already been initialed on those, right?
For probation, right?
So the two are probation here.
He already got a one on them, 250,
Oh, okay.
100, and 100.
Okay. Well, in these, sir, in regard to these ones, let's put it this way. You're alleged to violate terms. What?
Phoenix IA, he
So
got
it'll be
a one
seen
on
tomorrow.
100.
I'll probably see tomorrow morning on Phoenix. But you're alleged to violate terms 3, 4, and 5 on both of these. And in regard to 2024 00114, you're on probation for criminal trespass in the first degree. In 2024 1414449, you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs. Appointing a lawyer for you on both Your court dates will be November 5 at 8:30 for a revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You can't possess, consume any alcohol, can't possess any weapons, you cannot return to the scene of the original crime or any original victim or victims, and no weapons, of course. And your judge said bonding amount of $250 each, so total security appearance bond of $500. But if you get out, also contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right? Step to your left, please. Mark Rourke. Good morning, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Mark Rourke, 11782.
All right, you're on probation for a Class 4 felony. You have a probation violation warrant. Appointing a lawyer for you. He'll be at 201 West Jefferson for your revocation arraignment hearing on November 5 at 8:30. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 7, 15. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Can't possess any weapons, no possession or consumption of alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Your judge said bonding amount of $250. So if you post your bond, contact your probation officer in 72 hours and be in court on November 5 at 8:30. All right, step to your left, please.
I can get the bond posted if I can make a non-collect call.
What?
I can get the bond posted if I can make a non-collect call.
If you make it, we'll talk to the officers about the call. All right? Step to your left, please. But if you post a bond, if you don't show up, you lose your bond and a warrant would issue. Shaquille Moore. Morning, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
January 9th, 1993.
And the name.
January?
And your name.
Oh, Shaquille Denzel Moore.
Okay. So you're here on 3 matters. 2 of them are probation violations. All right. The new matter is in 2025-143-101. Possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6, resisting arrest, Class 1 misdemeanor, and shoplifting. That's 2 counts of resisting arrest, 1 count of shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor. I appointed a lawyer for you, and you'll be at 175 West Madison for these charges on November 5 at 8:30 for a status conference. 2 days later, on November 7th, a witness preliminary hearing is scheduled at 8:30. For all your charges, by the way, if you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. You cannot return to the scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witnesses. No weapons, no consumption or possession of alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. On this charge, there'll be a security appearance bond of $2,000. Now, in regard to probation violations, you're alleged to have violated term 1. You're on probation for possessing narcotic, dangerous drugs, I believe, and organized retail theft for those 2 probation violations. And in regard to CR 2020-100-294, your court, I'm appointing a lawyer for you on both cases, by the way, and for the probation violations, it'll be November 5th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson, and which is the same time as the other one. So tell your lawyer about the other one, so they don't wonder why you didn't show up and you have a warrant on the other one. So it's in 2 different buildings. Ultimately, they'll be combined into 1. All right. I've already given you release conditions, term 1s on the new charges. In regard to the 2019-144662, bond is set about $250. And in regard to the 2020-100-294, bond is set in the amount of $500 security appearance bond. Same court dates. All right, step to your left, please. David Hurley. So your name and date of birth, please.
David Hurley, my date of birth is 10/30/1967.
All right, you're here on a probation violation warrant. You're on probation for possession of narcotic drugs, you're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. Appointing a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing will be at 201 West Jefferson on November 5 at 8:30. You're alleged to have violated term number 1. If you get out, contact the probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, no possession or consumption of alcohol, no drugs without a prescription. Your bond is set in the amount of $500 in regard to that. That's the security appearance bond. All right, step to your left, please, sir. Lemuel, Dan. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
09/30/99.
And your name.
Lemuel Dan.
Okay, you're here on 3 different probation violations. It looks like you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia for all of them. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, and 5. Appoint a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing will be at 201 West Jefferson, November 5 at 8:30. And if you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. You're not to possess any weapons, no possession or consumption of alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. In regard to 2024-157-313, your judge set bond amount of $100, security appearance bond. In 2024-157-316 and 2024-155-429, your judge set bond amount of $250. So your total bond is $600 security appearance bond. But if you get out, make sure you're there on November 5 and contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All right, step to your left, please. Michael Moorhead.
All
right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Michael Moorhead, 032497.
Okay, it looks like you've been in for last 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what, you got a new charge here of, it's an arrest warrant on possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. And basically, so you can possibly get credit for both charges. I set a bond of $100, security appearance bond. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be back in court on 175 West Madison Street, November 5 at 8:30 for a status conference. Witness film hearing is November 7th at 8:30. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Because you're on probation, right?
I'm on unsupervised.
Unsupervised? Let me see. What made me think that you were on probation, a regular probation? Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry, so I'm going to amend this, by the way. Eliminate that provision by contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. Okay. All right, so it's a $100 bond, and it's 11/5 and 11/7 for your court dates, and appoint a lawyer for you. All right, step to your left, please, sir. All right, Curtis Schroeder. Hey, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Curtis Bradley Schroeder, 5/15/1991.
Oh, so you got 2 warrants. One's out of Goodyear City Court, and the other one's a warrant out of El Centro Justice Court. And I'll tell you, on these charges, I ordinarily would be releasing you, but in regard to the Justice Court one, in 2025-142-905, which are charge of dangerous drugs and drug. I'm sorry, let me strike that again. In regard to 2025-11946, out of El Centro Justice Court, the address will be in your paperwork. I am appointing a lawyer for you, and I made a note that you released in this court on September 5, 2025, then you didn't show up for court. Now, they wanted a bond of $500. I'm going to make it a $50 bond. Appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be in court there November 4th at 8:30. Then you got I told you about Goodyear City Court. You got to charge a warrant on a shoplifting. A lawyer will be appointed for you, and next court date, that'll be November 5 at 8:30 at Goodyear City Court. The address will be in your paperwork. All right. And you can't return to the scene of any alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witnesses. All right. Make sure you make all your court dates if you post your bonds. All right. And by the way, on the other one is a $25 bond on that. Okay, so total $75. Step to your left, please. Craig Boney, B-O-N-I. And so your name and date of birth, please.
12/6/95.
I can't hear you, sir.
12/6/95.
What about your name?
Craig Bonnie.
Okay. Just want to double check one thing here. Looks like you have a warrant at a Globe, but is there a hold for him for Globe?
For him?
Yeah.
No, I don't see a whole. You're right.
Okay. Well, you have a warrant at a Globe, just so you know about that.
Okay.
Okay, and that's for shoplifting. Because you failed to appear a little over about 13 and a half months ago. All right. Anyway, your choice here: possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony; possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6; disorderly conduct, class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Based on the limited information I have right now, I don't find probable cause at this time for the narcotic drug charge. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with it, but I do find probable cause in regard to the other ones. You'll be Superior Court at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 for a status conference November 13th, and a witness preliminary hearing on November 17th, also at 8:30. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, and I'm releasing you to pretrial services with drug testing. So read your packet, because you have to contact them. It's up to you to comply with their requirements, and also make sure you get the drug testing, or else a warrant would probably issue. But you'll be getting out in probably about 4 hours.
All right.
So
Thank you.
But make sure you show up for court also. Cesar Jalpino.
Your Honor.
Your name and date of birth. You're not allowed to be sworn in.
November 6, 1963, Cesar Delfino.
Okay. Sir, you've got an arrest warrant at Superior Court for possession of narcotic drugs, DUI, drug paraphernalia, and another DUI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm appointing a lawyer for you.
I didn't even know I had that warrant. Okay.
These are alleged to have occurred on June 13, 2023, almost 2.5 years ago. All right?
Yeah, the first...
Okay, let me talk. Okay? Maybe if you keep talking, you could talk me out of what I want to do, okay? So you'll be... Don't lose your paperwork. You'll be at 175 West Madison, Phoenix, for status conference November 13th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on 11/17. You're not to possess any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, and I'm releasing you to pretrial services with alcohol testing and drug testing. Read that information you get, because if you don't comply with pretrial services, get your alcohol and drug testing, there'll probably be a warrant, and you'll be back here.
Yes,
All
sir.
right? Step to your left. It'll be a few hours.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Shane Lakowitz. Okay, so your name and date of birth, please.
Shane Delakovitz, 11/15/88.
Okay, sorry for mispronouncing your name. All right, so you have the new charge of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felonies. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 for status conference November 13th, and a witness preliminary hearing set for November 17th. I'm releasing you pretrial services, drug testing. Make sure you read the packet and understand it, comply with them, and get that testing. But you'll be out in about 4 hours, approximately. Okay?
All right, thank you very much.
John Huber. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
My name is John Mark Huber. My birth date is July 21st, 1993.
All right, sir. Couple things. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You're charged with one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, Class 5 felony. Tomorrow, I want you to contact your case manager.
I have never been appointed a case manager.
You haven't?
No.
It said ES for SMI. You've never been appointed?
I've never been where that person works or lives. And may I ask what is the reason behind the first charge you said?
Well, you talked to a lawyer about that. It's failing to stop when officers trying to stop you with their lights and sirens on. Okay.
So,
but that's for you to discuss with your lawyer. Okay. I'll edit about the case manager, but
yeah, I have never been to a place where a case manager works.
okay.
From my experience, those are typically people who work at hospitals, but I've never been to one, so I have no way of knowing.
All right.
So,
All right.
and then
so let's leave it at that, sir. Okay. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison on November 13th at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing is November 17th. You and your lawyer will talk about your charges, all right? But you'll be released to pretrial services. Make sure you be in contact with them and be in compliance with their requirements. But you'll be getting out in a few hours.
So I'll be released to pre-trial services in 2 hours, you said?
It takes about 4 hours for processing. All right?
Okay, and then would I go where?
Where your home is.
Okay.
All right. Aaron Chavez Lopez.
Good morning, Judge. Aaron Chavez Lopez, 0107-2006.
For some reason, people are just giving me dates of birth, but not their names. You did it right, okay. You have an arrest warrant at Superior Court for theft of means of transportation, Class 3 felony, appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30. Status conference November 5, and November 13th at 8:30. A witness preliminary hearing scheduled for November 17th at 8:30. I'm going to release you to pretrial services, and make sure you contact them, be in compliance with them to avoid a warrant, and you cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. So you'll be getting out in a few hours. All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Gary
We'll miss court again.
Okay.
Gary Carroll, 12/1987.
You got a warrant at South Mountain Justice Court on a driving license suspended. So you have to be there November 19th at 9 o'clock, and the address will be in your paperwork. Sir, are you hearing something other charges?
Yes.
Oh, what's he being held on?
He had Phoenix Court earlier for Sweden.
Oh, Phoenix, all right.
Yeah.
And that's it, just Phoenix?
Yeah, he has a $1,100 bond.
Okay. Well, in this one, sir, they went to a $500 bond, but I'll release you on your own recognizance. But if you still have that bond, you gotta make sure, they may not transport you since you'll be out on your own recognizance on this one, unless you want me to set a very small bond. Do you think you can get out on the other bond?
How much is that one?
No, there's more than that. There's
Oh.
700. There's a $25,000 and a $50.
Yeah, that's coming.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm gonna set a bond so he can transport you, okay? Let me. I'll appoint a lawyer for you now, okay? And let's see. Set a $25 bond, okay? Actually, I'll just make the $500. Doesn't make any difference. You're not going to make the $25,000 bond.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just leave it at $500. What they're requesting. All right.
And on the 31st, I have court on the downtown. Do I What
Well,
do I do
this way
about
they'll
that?
transport you for this on November 4th.
Oh, they're gonna transfer?
No, yeah, because if I said bond, they'll transport you.
Okay.
That's why I was setting a bond. Since you got the other charges, it doesn't sound like you're getting out on that anyway, so.
Right.
That's why I'm setting bond on it. Otherwise, I said I was going to release you.
Okay.
Okay, all right, step to your left, please, sir. Carrie Funkhauser. Your name, date of birth, please.
Carrie Ann Funkhauser, July 14th, 1993.
Your charges at the Goodyear City Court. The address will be in your paperwork. 2 counts of shoplifting. You have to be there at 1 o'clock on November 19th, 2025. You can't return the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witnesses. But I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. So make sure you show up for court so you can avoid coming back here. All right?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, now we have some house calls, among other things. Second. Michael Jimenez, he's NSWA, aggravated assault, class 4 felony, obstructing a highway, public thoroughfare, class 2 misdemeanor, appointing a lawyer for him. He'll be at 175 West Madison for a status conference November 5, 8:30. Witness preliminary on November 7th at 8:30. Bond is set in the amount of $25,000 for him. The state was asking for $75,000. Can't possess any weapons. Okay, and Sean Lyons has 2 matters. He is also NSWA. The first one is a new case, Superior Court. 1 count of criminal trespass, first degree, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of resisting arrest. Those 2 are class 1 misdemeanors. Appointing a lawyer for him. His court date will be November 5 for status conference at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing November 7th, 175 West Madison Street. Bond is set in the amount of $2,000, and also if it gets post the bond, it'll be an ankle monitor. Cannot return to the scene of a crime. Cannot initiate contact with the victim or victims. No weapons. He must contact his case manager within 24 hours, release from custody. Must obey any terms of orders of protection he shall be issued. Can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. Cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim. All right. State was asked. All right. And then on the other matter is CM 2024-000-315. He's got a warrant out of Peoria City Court. A lawyer will be appointed from the next court date. Criminal damage, class 1 misdemeanor. Put a $25 bond because the other bond can't initiate contact with the alleged victim and must contact, and the other terms I've already mentioned. November 4th at 9 o'clock. All right. That brings us to Jonathan Love, who apparently was being disruptive. He's got 2 city court warrants. The one in Wickenburg is 2021 00047. It was a criminal trespass and 2 failure to appear charges, all class 1 misdemeanors. A lawyer will be appointed from the next court date, which will be November 5, 2025 at Wickenburg City Court. Bond is set amount of $5,000. Cannot initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. Then the other one is out of the Peoria City Court for a DUI. A lawyer will be appointed from the next court date. Bond was set in the amount of $200. On that one. And he cannot possess any alcohol. All right, his court date is November 4th on that one at 9 a.m. Well, it's the same one as the other one. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm not sure which one they'll transport him first. No, I'm sorry, Jonathan Law, oh, that was, John Lyons, Jonathan, yeah, we should mention, for CM2, the one out of, Wickenburg is November 5 at 9 o'clock. And the other one out of Peoria is 11/4 at 9 o'clock, I'm sorry. All right, that's it. We are in recess in this matter. Thank you all. Made contact with any alleged victim or victims, and no contact with the co-defendant, no weapons, no. And these following terms apply to all three matters. You can't possess any weapons, you can't possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Yes, sir.
Now, your two probation matters are starting with CR 2023-135-6631 on probation for disorderly conduct, Class 6 felony, and both of them are alleged to have violated Term 1, not being a law-abiding citizen. Same release conditions: if you are able to get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, etc. No contact with the original victim or victims. And bond on that one is set in the amount of $5,000, secured appearance bond. And in 2024-121679, I guess you're on probation for burglary in the second degree, alleging Term 1. And the court dates for that, let me just check on the thing. They're all going to be on November 5th, so you're going to have to mention to your lawyer, whichever court you go to, that you have the other matters, so they don't wonder why you didn't show up at the other court. Okay? And I'm appointing lawyers for you on all of the matters. But anyway, your status on 2024-121679, I'm sorry. I said on 9 on the probation violation bond was $5,500 on that one. It's $5,000 on the new charge. And 2024-121679, same release conditions of release, but pursuant to rules 7.2C and 27.6 should be held without bond at this time. Step to your left, please. Isaiah Sierra Gomez.
Isaiah?
No hats. Your name, date of birth.
Isaiah Gomez, November 2nd, 03.
All right, you're here on total of 4 matters. Three of them are probation violations, starting with the new case 2025. Same thing I told you, co-defendant, basically, and you can't have any contact with him. Is that him originally might be in two different places, and at the same time, so talk to your lawyer and make sure they know about the other case or the other cases. All right, you're charged with theft. That means transportation, class 3 felony, and resisting arrest, class 6 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you. As I said, no contact with the co-defendant. Can't initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. No weapons, no alcohol. No drugs without a valid prescription. If you could be able to get out, you'd have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Those apply to all three, and I appoint a lawyer for all three. Now, in the probation violations, start with 2023-146270. You're on probation for a class 6 felony. Your court date will also be November 5th at 8:30, but at 201 West Jefferson. The other one is the new charges are at 175 West Madison. They'll probably be combined in one ultimately. You're alleged to violate term number 1. Same conditions such as contacting probation officers in 2 hours, no weapons, no drugs, and no alcohol. And bond is set in the amount of $250. In 2022-142661. Probation for another class 6 felony, appointing a lawyer for you, same court date, same conditions, alleging violation of term 1. Bond is another $250. And finally, when you're on probation for class 3 felony in 2025-112762, you're on probation for theft of means of transportation. You're alleged to violate term number 1, same court date. And this one, pursuant to rules 7.2C and 27.6, you'll be held without bond at this time. You can talk to your lawyer, seeing if that can be modified. Step to your left, please.
Well, I thought I took care of those other cases.
There will be no bond at this time. You'll talk to your lawyer about making the application. Step to your left, please. John Fordley. So your name and date of birth, please.
John Forley, sir, 8/13/1969.
Okay, you got a out-of-county warrant from the Kingman, I'm not sure if I pronounced this right, Surbat Justice Court.
Yeah.
What?
I found out yesterday when I posted 25,000 cash bail for 50,000. My family posted it, and this warrant popped up, and I've been in jail 16 months. So the judge set 5,000. Yeah, I've been here 16. Yeah, and the judge set 5,000 bail.
It's a different county. So
yeah, I understand.
It's a different story. So they said bond about $5,000.
Yeah.
And the arraignment hearing is November 4th, there at that court at 8:30 in the morning.
And I already called home and told him to post the other bail.
Okay, but no, you can't initiate contact with the alleged victim. Okay, but if you post your bond, make sure you show up. You don't lose that time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Since you're new to the situation.
Yeah, I already know. I was just surprised I had to come to court because he told me out there.
No
Thank
problem.
you, sir.
Denzel Thompson.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Denzel Antoine Thompson, 3/23/1992.
Okay, so you're here on 2 probation violations. 2020-001-777. You're on probation for aggravated assault. In 2025-12091, you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs. You're alleged to violate terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. On both of them, you'll have your revocation arraignment hearing on November 5th at 8:30, 201 West Jefferson. If you are able to get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. You can't possess any weapons. You can't consume or possess any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Don't initiate contact with the original victim or victims. And in regard to the when you're on probation for aggravated assault, bond was set by another judge in the amount of $500, security appearance bond. And in regard to the one you're in probation for possession of dangerous drugs, bond was set in the amount of $100. So a total of $600 security appearance bond. But if you post your bond, make sure you contact your probation officer 72 hours and show up for court, or else a warrant would issue and you can lose your money. All right? Step to your left.
Yes, sir.
Alexander Bielek. And so your name and date of birth, please.
Alexander Bulick, 71080.
All right, sir, you've got 4 matters before me. 2 of them are probation violations, a new case, and then a warrant out of the Kyrene Justice Court. Let's start with the one, Kyrene Justice Court in 2025-132-849. I guess it's a warrant for false reporting to law enforcement and criminal trespassing. Okay, on that one, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your arraignment hearing will be on November 4th at 8:30. The lawyer will be appointed for you for the issue of bond issue only. And the following conditions apply to all your matters. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. No weapons, no alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. Can initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. Because your other matters, I set a nominal bond of $50 so they can transport you to court on that. Now, you're on probation for solicitation to take contraband into correctional facilities. And on the other probation, you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, and 5. Your court dates will be November 5 at 8:30. Which is the same, but the other ones, the new charge will be at 175 West Madison. The probation violations, by the way, will be at 201 West Jefferson. Talk to your lawyer about it and make sure they know about the probation violations and the new charge, okay? That's for probation revocation arraignment hearing will be November 5. And the 2 probation violations, your judge set bond the amount of $250, security appearance each, that's $500. And then finally, you got the new charge, 2025-143-110, for possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and false reporting to law enforcement. Appointed a lawyer for you on that, so you have a lawyer in all of them. And that one, you'll have a status conference on November 5 at 8:30, a witness preliminary hearing on November 7th. But this will be at 175 West Madison. Same release conditions in terms of contacting your probation officer, no weapons, no alcohol, etc. All right, so step to your left, please. Sean Carr.
Hello.
Okay. Your name and date of birth.
Sean Carr, June 1st, 2001. I did miss my court date because me and my family were sick with COVID, and we...
Okay, that's something you're going to have to talk to the judge there, okay?
No, my apologies.
No problem. So I do want to just...
I'm just telling you what
Hold on
happened.
a second.
Huh?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. No.
I'm modifying it, by the way, Mel, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm talking to my clerk.
Okay.
Okay, your next, it's for criminal damage. Make sure you show up because you're already seen this court once. Your next court date is November 18th at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, can you just write that down for me? So
I can give you a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bishop, the address will be on your paperwork. Do not miss it.
All right.
And you're not to initiate, sir, don't talk right now.
Oh, okay.
You're not to initiate contact with alleged victim or victims.
Okay.
And I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You better show up. Okay?
All right, I was going to ask you about the address. What place is it called? Like
What?
What court do I need to go to?
It'll be on your paperwork. It's
Okay.
the San Marcos Justice Court.
Oh, yeah.
The address will be in your paperwork.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
That's an amended one, so, by the way, so it'll be different paperwork. He's getting different paperwork from that one. Okay, Tiffany Moore?
Kristen?
All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Tiffany Moore, 32284.
All right, you are charged with a total of 4 counts of possession or use of narcotic drugs, class 4 felonies. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. At this point, I could amend this also. I'm finding probable cause. I'm sorry, never mind. And two of the counts, I don't, based on limited information, I don't have probable cause. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with them. But I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 in the morning. Status conference on November 13th, and a witness preliminary hearing on November 17th. No drugs without a valid prescription. You'll need to keep in contact or in compliance with pretrial services, including drug testing. If you don't, there'll be a warrant, and you'll be back here. But you'll be released to pretrial supervision, and you'll be out in probably about 4 hours. All right, step to your left, please. All right, Tristan Andrick. Your name and date of birth, please.
Tristan Everett Android, 32901.
All right, sir, you are having new charges of shoplifting with an artifice and dangerous drugs and drug paraphernalia. Appointing a lawyer for you. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witness. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix. Don't lose your paperwork. Your status conference is November 13th at 8:30, with a witness preliminary hearing scheduled for November 17th at 8:30. I'm releasing you to pretrial services with drug testing, so make sure you read your packet and know what you've got to do, and make sure you get your drug testing to avoid a new warrant. All right? You'll be out in about 4 hours. All right, step to your left, please. You'll be getting out, so read your paperwork. Peter Sanchez. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Peter Sanchez, 2190.
All right, you are charged with possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of prescription-only drug. You're appointing a lawyer for you. Likewise, don't lose your paperwork. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference, November 13th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on November 17th at 8:30. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, okay? And I'll be releasing you to pretrial services under their supervision and with the drug testing. So you have to read your paperwork. You have to contact them, be in compliance with them, and make sure you get drug testing, or else a warrant will issue. All right. So that'll be about 4 hours from now. You'll get out. All right, step to your left, please. Christina Escobar. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Christina Escobar, July 14th, 1973.
All right, you got a warrant at the San Marcos Justice Court. The paperwork's, the address in your paperwork. You're charged with furnishing a minor tobacco to a minor. Show up for court. You don't have to spend wonderful hours here. I mean, that's silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just show up for court.
I will.
Which will be, don't lose your paperwork, November 18th at 10 o'clock. They want a $250 bond. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. All right. I don't want you to consume any alcohol either. I don't. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Show up for court and be smart. Okay?
I will.
Gary Martin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Your name and date of birth, please.
My name is Gary Massey Martin. My date of birth is January 9th, 1973.
All right, sir, you got a warrant out of the University Lakes Justice Court. The address will be in your paperwork on 2 counts of theft, misdemeanor. Your court date will be November 4th at 1:30 at that Justice Court, the University Lakes Justice Court. You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims, but I'm going to release you on no recognizance, even though you have the warrant, okay? So be smart and show up at that court. All right, you'll be out in a few hours.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Frederick Hirsch. Hold on 1 second. Is the state doing a virtual? State online? No? Is Mr. Garcia online virtually, hearing it virtually in this? No? Okay. So good. Okay. All right. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Frederick Hurt III and date of birth 10/20/03.
And counsel, we announce for the record, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Adam Weiner on behalf of Mr. Hurt.
Mr. Weiner, I noticed in your notice of appearance, it's just for tonight's appearance, or this morning's appearance, so I'm not listing you on the paperwork. Okay, so sir, at this point, I'll be talking to you, but he'll be your mouthpiece. He'll be doing the talking for you, okay? But at this point, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. I think, let me see here. Actually, I got to change that, by the way, since I didn't put anything in there. Sir, are you, actually, this is your answer. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
About how much do you make per month?
Before or after taxes?
Before.
4,300.
Okay. I'm not putting Mr. Weiner's name down here, but I do not find, can't appoint an attorney for you. Now, if it turns out you don't hire this gentleman or his firm, and you can't afford to hire an attorney, you can always petition your assigned judge to see if he or she will appoint a lawyer for you, but no promises on that, okay? And I'm sure he'll explain to you all that, okay? Mm-hmm. But now, I'm directing my attention to your mouthpiece, so to speak, okay? You're here on a grand jury and warrant, and for acts of alleged, well, 3 counts of sexual abuse, class 5 felonies, okay? And 2 of them are alleged. I don't have much information because it's a grand jury indictment. Are alleged to have occurred on 4/19/2025, and the 3rd count is alleged to have occurred on April 21st, 2025. Okay. Counsel, I just want to let you know, on grand jury indictments, we don't change the amounts that have already been set by the court, unless it's very, very rare, let's put it that way. Okay.
Regarding the bond?
Yeah.
Okay. Could I still be heard just to...
Of course, but I'm just going to get forewarned.
Okay.
And by the way, you're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims, by the way. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, John, I just want to emphasize Mr. Hurt has no prior criminal history, which I think is huge here. This is allegedly regarding his fiance's sister's daughter, and his fiance is still with him at the moment, which I think shows that she thinks very highly of him. $50,000 is obviously a lot of money, something that he doesn't have. He's only 22.
Oh, I'm sorry, interrupt. Did you get the Form 4?
Yes, I got Form 4.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, obviously, we couldn't reach the stage of getting them to redact it, but there's no victim information on the indictment, on the Form 4, because there was an indictment, by the way.
Right,
Just wanna
right,
put that-
okay. Just adding, 22 years of age, he has stable employment, he has, obviously a lot of bills to pay, he has an apartment that he lives in, he's responsible for paying most of his bills, so again, just preserve the record. I don't know if there's any way to at least change it from a cash bond to a secure bond, or to reduce it to something a little bit more reasonable. He has no prior failure to appears. He's been very kind, respectful to me this morning. Again, he has promising job, banking. He wears a suit every day. I have no doubt that you'd be able to appear in court, and so I don't know if you're able to reduce it to something more reasonable, or at least change it to a secure bond.
Okay, because as you know, another judge, upon the return of the indictment, made certain findings, and so generally we don't act as appellate judges, so to speak, in regard to that. But certainly, sir, I'm mentioning this to you, not for you to respond, obviously, because you have an attorney here. Does not preclude you from, or your attorney, from making an application in front of your assigned judge to see if the bond can be reduced. That way the state and your attorney would be present and make the appropriate arguments, okay? I'm simplifying that a little bit, but obviously that's an option in the future. So I'm going to keep the $50,000 security appearance, cash bond on that. Now, because of the nature of the charge, there's a requirement that if you're able to post a bond, that to be an ankle monitor be placed on you in regard to that. So right now, that's what the bond is, and obviously counsel would be, if they're on the case, can make an application to try to get the bond reduced. Okay? Right.
Thank you.
As I said, the reason why you were done last, just so you had privacy and not in front of everybody else. That's why you're here at the very end.
Thank you, Honor.
Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. You need to talk to him some more. If you do, go back there. If not, the officer will let you out.
Yeah.
Okay, counsel, why don't you go back there and I can just handle a couple of matters. Counsel, just go in the back room. And
Okay, sure.
I have just a couple of matters I got to take care of. All right, we got several house calls. Starting with number 2. Sandra Lunt, apparently she was not following orders. And she was in isolation initially also. She's charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, 3 counts of disorderly conduct, criminal damage, and reckless driving. I did appoint a lawyer for her, even though I didn't have information in regard to her income. The state, by the way, was recommending a $75,000 bond. Her court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 on November 5th. Her status conference witness formal hearing will be November 7th. She cannot return the scene of the alleged crime, cannot initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. And I said bond the amount of $10,000 in regard to this. Then we have Chad Fry. I did not have that listed as a house call.
Last minute.
What's the reason for the house call on this, Chad Fry?
We weren't aware he was in the holding cell.
What was that?
We weren't aware he was in the hallway because he's a Aztec.
He's a what?
He came in from LBJ.
Okay, he needs to be brought in then.
We'll bring him in.
Okay, we'll just, then Margot Sloan is an NA on the suicide watch, charged with aggravated assault, class 4 felony, appointing a lawyer for her. Her court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street on November 5, 8:30 for a status conference. Witness preliminary is November 7th. She's not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged victims. No weapons, and bond is set in the amount of $7,500. And then there's 15. Winetta Lampkin apparently was combative, and she was urinating on herself, also while in the holding cell. She's charged with taking contraband into a correctional facility, which I don't find probable cause based on limited information. Possession of dangerous drugs, I don't find probable cause based on limited information. I do find probable cause in possession of drug paraphernalia in the criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. Appointed a lawyer for her. Her court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street on November 13th at 8:30 for status conference. Witness preliminary hearing is November 17th. She's not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witness, and she'll be released to pretrial services with drug testing and monitoring. And so I guess we're ready for Mr. Fry. Okay. I know you're here by yourself now, and we have the other met.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to be patient. Take it, you know. Fry, we had you brought in because you're entitled to be here, and there's no reason for you not to be here.
Yeah.
So that's why you're here at the very end. Okay.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, because originally you put, I think you were in isolation of another reason, but I won't mention it out loud. Okay. First of all, your name and date of birth, please.
Chad Christopher Fry, March 2nd, 1973.
Okay, sir, you're here on a grand jury indictment. Okay, that's why. It's alleged charged with shoplifting, alleged to have occurred on May 23rd, 2025. Now, I don't have any information about it. I just have the warrant, okay?
All right.
So don't ask me any questions about it because I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your arraignment will be on November 6th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison in Phoenix. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witness. Okay, and another judge, upon the return of the indictment, set bond for you and security appearance bond of $7,500. I mean, you can go to a bonding company, and on some of the walls they do have lists of bonding companies, etc. And I believe they collect calls. So if you can't find it, or if you need assistance, ask the officers.
I got a question. So I'm fighting the same cases right now, retail theft. Will that be added?
Before you say anything more, by the way, I generally recommend people not to talk about any facts of their cases because everything's being recorded. But
I'm not. I'm just saying that I knew this was coming.
Okay.
My lawyer did too. I was just wondering because I'm about to get. I go to court on November 18th, right? So I think will that be added to my other counts?
Okay. First of all, sir. Have you hired your own attorney?
No, I'm public defender's representative.
Let me just see. Put up a point here. I see. Let's see. This is.
Because that's what.
Hold 1 second then.
All right.
I'm gonna look this up. Okay. I'm looking up your other case.
All right. Cool.
That was a grand jury indictment also. Okay. That was shoplifting with 2 or more predicate convictions, okay? July, but that's alleged to have occurred on July 30th, 2024, so it's different acts, okay? You don't have to respond to that, okay? I'm going to say this may be an inadequate answer. At this time, it appears to be no. At this point, because you, as I told you on, you have your arraignment, these are acts alleged to have occurred on May 23rd, 2025. So you'll have your arraignment on November 6th. Ultimately, your lawyer will work on that, try to combine, maybe put them on the same dates or combine them. But it's not, as I was understanding you to mean does it combine into one charging document? No.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's what you were asking me.
Yeah,
Right?
I was just gonna say, is it gonna be added to the other?
They're not, it may be combined the same day, but it won't be combined, most likely, it wouldn't be combined in the same indictment. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get that. But
Okay.
it might bring them all together, though.
That's how it's,
Okay.
might be, talk to your lawyer about that.
All right.
Okay, but, because they're both different, two separate indictments.
Okay.
You know what I mean, that type of thing. All right?
All right, cool, man. Thank you. No paperwork?
Yeah, you'll get it in a second.
You have a good day.
Okay. Okay. He got let out, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So I guess it's ready for the house calls? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at something. Where's that piece of paper with all, the guy with the gate gives me the numbers, just sort of blew away. What's up? Yeah, okay. All right. You're good. Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning. This is the time for the 8 a.m. calendar and initial appearance court on October 30th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I will let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's begin with Richard McKiernan to the podium. And Kufio Wilson to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Richard McKiernan, 11/15/77.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases, a Superior Court new case and a failure to appear warrant. On your failure to appear case, it is a case involving dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in that case. In your new case, you were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies. I will find probable causes to those allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney in this case as well. I am going to set a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond and the warrant for the failure to appear case at the $500 secured bond. On your new case, though, since you were on felony release when the new allegations allegedly occurred, I do have to hold you non-bondable. So I am going to set an evidentiary hearing on November 6th at 1:30 p.m. Talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for your release at the next hearing. Don't post a bond on your failure to appear case since you are being held non-bondable in the new one. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab the paperwork to your left and have a seat. Kufuyo Wilson to the podium and Erica Hinosa to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. Kufuo Wilson, 6/13/80.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. You were indicted on 6 counts of theft, control of property, Class 2 felonies, 2 counts of fraudulent schemes, Class 2 felonies, 4 counts of theft, control of property, Class 3 felonies,
2 counts of aggravating taking the identity of another, Class 3 felony, 2 counts of taking the identity of another, Class 4 felonies, and 2 counts of forgery, Class 4 felonies. These are for incidents in 2024 and 2025. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Downtown Superior Court on November 6th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the grand jury warrant. That's a $100,000 cash bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Erica Hinosa to the podium, and Louis Apodaca Godinez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Erica Martinez Hinojosa, age 16-2000.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 failure to appear bench warrants and a new case. On your failure to appear bench warrants, it's 1 case involving dangerous drug possession and shoplifting, and 1 case involving narcotic drug possession. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in both of those cases. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of burglary in the 2nd degree, which is a Class 3 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond on each of your failure to appear warrants. It's a $2,500 bond on each of those cases. However, on your new case, since you were on felony release on the other 2 matters, when the new allegations allegedly occurred, I do have to hold you non-bondable. So I will set an evidentiary hearing on November 6th at 1:30 p.m. Talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for your release at the next hearing. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat. Louis Apodaca Godinez to the podium, and Martin Apodaca to the chair, please. No problem. Sir, to the podium. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Louis Apodaca, 9691.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, discharging a firearm in the city limit, Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $50,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community as they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any listed victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Martin Apodaca to the podium, and Crystal De Casas to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Martin Apodaca, 11/16/63.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, which is a Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $5,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Crystal De Casas to the podium, and Isaiah Brown to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Crystal De Casas, 12/29/1987.
Thank you. We are here today on 6 different cases. We have a municipal court new case, a few arrest warrants, and a few probation violation warrants. I'm going to go through them one by one with you. I will appoint you an attorney in all of 6 of these matters, so you will have attorneys on each case. On your first case, it is a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. On your second case, it's a probation violation warrant for violating terms 5 and 15. Your third case, another probation violation for violating terms 5 and 15. Your fourth case is the new matter out of Buckeye for allegations of drug paraphernalia, class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause on those allegations. Your fifth case is an arrest warrant in which you were charged with narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony from a case in August of 2025. And then finally, a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I am going to set a status conference post-warrant on November 5th at 8:30. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on November 6th at 8:30, and I will set an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on November 5th at 1 p.m. All of those dates and locations will be in your paperwork, so pay attention to which one is in which court. I am going to issue a secured bond in your first failure to appear case in the amount of $2,000 cash. On your second probation matter, I'm going to set a $250 secured bond. On your third matter, the probation case, $250 secured bond. Your fourth, which is the municipal court case, it's a $250 secured bond. Your fifth is the arrest warrant. It's a $1,000 secured bond. And the final matter is your failure to appear warrant. I'll set a $2,000 cash bond. You do have to post bond on all 6 of your cases before you can be released. If you do post bond on all of your matters, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All of those information I just went over with you is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Isaiah Brown to the podium and William Diker to the chair, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Isaiah Brown, 11/11/98.
Thank you. We are here today on a grand jury warrant. You were indicted on allegations of 1 count of burglary, class 4 felony, 1 count of taking the identity of another, class 4 felony, and 4 counts of theft of a credit card, class 5 felonies. This is from an incident listed in March of 2025.
Now, what county was this?
It's Maricopa County.
Okay.
I will go ahead and appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Court on November 6th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the grand jury warrant. It's a cash bond in the amount of $4,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Also, I have a note here from pretrial services. I believe that you're currently in Lower Buckeye Jail until February of 2025 or 2026.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
23rd.
Okay.
So
So
how
are
does
you,
that
are
work?
you serving a sentence as a part of a different case?
Yeah, it was 6 months of county time and then 3 years probation.
Okay, so don't post bond on this case since they're not going to release you on that matter until your time has run. But talk with your attorney. Once you are released on that other case, you can potentially be released on this one if a bond is posted.
Okay.
Okay, all that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. William Diker to the podium and Nicole Turner to the chair, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yeah, William Diker, 9/27/60, Your Honor.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. This is from an incident on August 18th of 2025. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the arrest warrant. It's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, secure bond, Your Honor. I mean, how does that work? I have nothing. I just work. That's it.
Okay, so for a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company.
Okay.
Typically, they require 10% of the bond to be posted with them, and they'll post the remainder of that bond.
Okay.
But you'll have to call them for their terms. Once you get back to processing, you will have access to a phone in all of the bonding companies.
Okay.
So give them a call, and they'll go over everything with you.
All right, and I go to court on the 6th, you say I start?
On the 5th is your next hearing, and that date's going to be in your paperwork.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork from the officer to your left and have a seat. Nicole Turner to the podium and Russell Hofstad to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Nicole Turner, February 2nd, 1982.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases, a probation violation and a new case. On your probation violation, it's for violating terms 3 and 5. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony, dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I'm only finding probable cause as to the drug paraphernalia allegation today, not the other two. I was not provided with enough information from the arresting agency. I am going to appoint you an attorney, so talk with your attorney about what that means moving forward. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, as well as a probation revocation arraignment hearing on November 6th at 8:30. All of those are going to be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in your probation case in the amount of $500 and a $50 bond on your new case. So you have a total bond of $550. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Russell Hofstad to the podium, and Lisa Eslava to the podium, or to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Russell Hofstad, February 22nd, 1987.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint, probable cause has already been found, but I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the arrest warrant. It's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
I have another court date that was postponed. I was wondering if that was going to be with that one as well or not.
It's possible. You'll have to talk with your attorney about that. I don't have that other case in front of me, so I'm only setting court dates on this hearing.
When was this, all right.
Okay, all that's going to be in your paperwork. Grab that to your left and have a seat. Lisa Eslava to the podium. And Andrinette Arvizo to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. Lisa Marie Eslava, January 9th, 1971.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of shoplifting, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers. Did you have a question?
Yes, sir. I appreciate your generosity. I was released. I was been in prison since January. I know I have a long history of criminal history. I admit that, but I got released from prison in August, and I'm at a 90-day program, and I'm like 11 days short of graduating them. Like, I'm going to complete the program and graduate, and after that go to another sober living. So I was wondering if you could reconsider and let me go right back so I can graduate. I'd even go free trial, because if I go back right now, like, I'm not sure I could make the bond. I know I could do free trial, and I'm just asking you just because I've been sober since January and I'm currently in the program. I'm due to graduate November 11th. And from there I'm going
I'm going to cut you off, not because I don't appreciate what you're telling me.
It's a yes or no, thank you.
But here's what I have to take a look at. The law requires that I look at 15 different factors when I'm setting release conditions. Yeah. I do appreciate that you're in a program and it sounds like you're doing well. I highly recommend you continue with any programs that you're in. But what I have to take a look at is you were arrested on allegations of shoplifting that rose to the level of a felony because of your past allegations against you and convictions against you for similar offenses. So I have to take a look at all of that. What I have considered is the fact that I show notes here from pretrial services that you were in a treatment program, and it looks like you were set to graduate, it looks like on the 11th of November. And I highly recommend you continue with that if you can. But what I'm also looking at is the state was requiring a $5,000 bond. I'm not setting that because it sounds like you're doing well in the community, but I do have some concerns if I were to release you on your own recognizance. So I'm gonna kind of split the difference and set a bond at $500. If you can post that bond, you can be released, otherwise you will remain in custody.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I understand what you call the how many times the shoplifting incident, and I do have a habit of that, so thank you.
Talk with your attorney about that, okay?
All right, thank
So
you.
grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Have a good day.
Andrew Arvizo to the podium, and Mark Morales to the chair, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, may I have your name and date of birth?
Angelina Arvizo, 3986.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You are charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. This is from an incident in April of 2025. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. Before I proceed forward with anything else, I did have notes here from pretrial services that you were serving a sentence in another case. Do you currently have a release date?
Yeah, I'm going to be released tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay. So what I'm going to do on this case is I'm going to set a placeholder bond in the amount of $50 so that you at least get credit for time served while you're still in custody. Once you are being processed on your other sentence case and that has been served, all you have to do is pay $50 on this case. Because I am setting a bond, I will appoint an attorney, and I'm setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. If you have been released, just make sure you go in person. If you're still in custody, they will transport you for that. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no drugs without a valid prescription, and you must contact any probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? No. Okay, grab
Thank
the
you,
paperwork
Your
to your
Honor.
left. Have a seat.
Have a good day.
You as well. Mark Morales to the podium, and Anaya Coffey to the chair, please. Good morning, may I have your name and date of birth?
Mark Morales, 12493.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of unlawful flight from law enforcement, which is a Class 5 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services today. I am also ordering as a part of your release that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release.
Okay.
I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat. Anaya Coffey to the podium. And Atavion Cobb to the chair, please. Anaya Coffey to the podium. Good morning, may I have your name and date of birth? Your name and date of birth. Can you understand what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead and take a seat.
Wait, right there.
No, I had to take a seat. We're going to call her at the end. Atavion Cobb to the podium. And Brian Kochizer to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Latavion Cobb, October 27, 2005.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of burglary in the second degree, Class 3 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to receive an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with any listed co-defendants, and no weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? No. Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Brian Kochizer to the podium and Marcus Wells to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Brian Kochizer, 9/11/88.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, from an incident in June of 2025. I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get an envelope as you leave court that has details on pretrial release. Make sure that you read through that. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Marcus Wells to the podium, and Nyabi Pearson to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Marcus Daniel Wells, 52791.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Agua Fria Justice Court for a case involving disorderly conduct and threatening or intimidating, both Class 1 misdemeanors.
Okay.
I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the Agua Fria Justice Court on November 19th at 10:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers. I'm releasing you on this matter today. I do just want to give you a heads up that the assigned judge in your court was asking for a $1,167 bond. I'm going to release you today, but I want you to be aware of that the court very much wants you to go to your court hearing. Please go to your next court hearing that I am setting today. If you do not go to that court hearing, a warrant will likely be issued for your arrest, and you will likely be held on a substantial bond next time. So please get to court with the dates that are in your paperwork.
Will do. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, sir. I'm just glad I had to get to work tomorrow.
Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Nyabi Pearson to the podium, and Tiffany Pepperack to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Can I say one thing?
Name and date of birth.
Name, Nyabi Pearson, 11778.
117 or 112?
117.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Can I speak one time?
Not yet.
Okay.
Officer, was she fingerprinted? Did she match the details in this warrant?
Yes, sir, she was fingerprinted.
Okay. So, ma'am, as of right now, it does look like the warrant has your date of birth listed as January 12th, 1978. I don't know if that's just a clerical error. At this point in time, I am going to set hearings in the Encanto Justice Court, so bring that up with the court at your next hearing. As they did fingerprint you, you do match the details in the warrant other than the date of birth, so I am going to proceed forward. If you do believe that there is a case of mistaken identity, you can bring that up at the next court date. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the Encanto Justice Court on a case involving failing to obey a police officer. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Encanto Justice Court on November 13th at 1:30 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Did you still have a question?
Yes, it was something I did a night for in 2011. I remember that night. So
So it says here that it's for a failure to pay on your case, so I don't know if there's an outstanding fine.
That wasn't even a thing when I got out of prison. I haven't gotten any trouble since I got out of prison.
Right, and I'm not holding you on this, I'm releasing you on it, but it does look like this warrant was issued 14 years ago.
Exactly, statutes of limitation, like, I didn't know about it.
So you've already been convicted, so it's not an issue of statute of limitation, it's an issue that there's an outstanding fine that hasn't been paid. So you'll have to bring that up with the Justice Court. I'm going to release you today.
Okay, I'll have to find out how much the fine is. Thank you.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Tiffany Pepperack to the podium, and Joshua Sanford to the chair, please. Oh, right behind the podium.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. May I have your name and date of birth?
Tiffany Pepperack, August 27th, 1987.
Thank you. We are here today on a municipal court warrant out of the Peoria Municipal Court on a case involving disobeying or resisting an order or mandate of the court. I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the Peoria Municipal Court on November 18th at 9 a.m. It does look like this is a failure to pay warrant, so I don't know if there's still something outstanding. You'll have to contact the municipal court to see what's left, but I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Yes,
all that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Joshua Sanford to the podium, and then we'll recall Anaya Coffey's case. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
11/11/1986.
Your name?
Joshua James Sanford.
Thank you. We are here today in municipal court, new case out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of disorderly conduct, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on November 19th at 1 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date, but there are some other release conditions that I'm ordering as a part of your release. I am ordering that you're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and then see. Anaya Coffee to the podium. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth? Can you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So is there a reason that you're not providing me with your name or your date of birth? Okay. So as of right now, the first thing that I have to do on your case is I have to make sure that I can identify who you are, or else I cannot proceed forward. So if we cannot do the court hearing today, what's going to happen is you're going to go on the next docket. So you're going to sit in custody in the waiting room for another 3 hours until the next docket is called. That's going to continue to happen until you can be identified. So we can do one of two things. I can have you go take a seat. Officers can take you over a holding, and we can try this again in 3 hours. Or if you'd like, you can provide me with your name and your date of birth, and we can proceed forward on your case today. I will leave the option up to you. Would you like to provide me with your identification information, or would you like to wait another 3 hours?
Wait another 3 hours for what?
Until your hearing is conducted.
Because you know my name.
So I need you to confirm your name and date of birth before we can proceed forward.
Anaya Coffee, August 2nd, 2002.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of burglary in the second degree, Class 3 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to receive an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure that you read through that. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any listed victim, complainant, or witness, no contacting any listed co-defendant, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions about what my orders are today?
No question.
Okay. I am going to caution you. I'm going to release you today, even though we had some issues starting out. I'm not here to try to trick you into anything. The court is not here to try to get you into a position you don't want to be in. However, you do have to follow the court's orders as everything is going forward. I'm not going to modify any of my orders because of your refusal to identify yourself at first, but I do want to caution you, if you're not able to follow the court's orders, that could be grounds to remand you back into custody. So all of the court orders that I went over with you is going to be in your paperwork. Make sure you do follow those and talk with your attorney at the next hearing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat.
Come see back where you are, in the front row, not the back row.
And then, officer, we'll just have to clear the courtroom for the final one.
PPE's the courtroom, please.
Everyone except the one.
One fully fixed, one fully fixed.
Gentlemen, step on out, up to the door, don't go out the room.
We're gonna call you now.
Thank you, officer. I appreciate that. Joseph Chi to the podium.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
March 14, 1999?
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of indecent exposure, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $5,000. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with any minors, and you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
I'm getting released today?
So you have a bond of $5,000.
Okay.
You have to post that bond before you can be released.
Okay, thank you.
Grab your paperwork and have a seat. That does conclude the 8 a.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 a.m. Thank you.
As you can tell, she was one of the house calls. Coffee was one of the house calls.
Well, at least we got that one addressed. That's a big deal. I appreciate you bringing those people in.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. Is our interpreter already on the line?
Hi, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And I think we only have one person. Is he already set up with the headphones? Thank you. I love when that happens. All right. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for August 30th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprint samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the 1st of the month will also apply to these hearings. And officer, can we get the Spanish speaker up to the podium, please? Mr. Ramirez, if you'll come to the podium. All right. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Sergio Fabián Ramírez León.
The name is Sergio Fabián Ramirez León.
All right, thank you. What's your date of birth, sir?
El 27 de julio.
July 27th.
Of what year?
Del 96.
Of 96.
All right, thank you. You're here because you've been arrested on new allegations. They are possession of narcotic drugs for sale. That's a Class 2 felony. Possession of narcotic drugs as a Class 4 felony, and possession of dangerous drugs, also a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for all of those crimes, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. The next court date is going to be a status conference, November 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30 in the same court. The court address and the dates will be on your paperwork. You have a $5,000 cash-only bond in this case. If you post it, you must comply with all of your written release conditions. Those include no contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you miss a court date or violate your release conditions, you could lose that bond money, and there may be a warrant issued for your arrest. If you'll step to your left, the officer is going to give you your paperwork, and you can hand him the headphones as well. Thank you. All right, let's keep going, please, with Mr. Frank. Oh, you know what? Let me have the interpreter make a general call before we let you go.
Sure, Your Honor. Thank you. Si encuentra alguien en la sala que requiera asistencia de un intérprete de español, si puede levantar la mano si hay alguien que requiere un intérprete.
Okay, we're good. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
My pleasure. You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right.
Right here.
Okay. All right. After Mr. Ramirez is going to be Miguel Leon. If you please go to the chair inside the door, you'll be next. Mr. Ramirez, I need your full name and your date of birth, please.
Frank Sagasa Ramirez III, and 2/15/1981.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested on one allegation, possession of fraudulent sales receipts, or UPC codes. That's a Class 5 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. You should end up with the same lawyer in this case that you have for your other open case, which is CR 2025-128556. Your first court hearing in that case was on or about July 13th of this year. It does remain open and pending. I'm setting 3 court dates in your case, all of which are next week. The first is a status conference, November 5th at 8:30 in the morning, and your preliminary hearing will be November 7th at 8:30 in the morning. In between those, on November 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon, you are going to have a bail eligibility hearing. The reason you need that hearing is that you were not eligible for bail today. You have come in with probable cause for a new felony while you have a pending felony case, and the law says you may not be given bail at this hearing. You must go to a bail eligibility hearing. So that'll happen in 1 week. Your lawyer can explain to you on the 5th what's going to happen at the bail hearing the next day. On your paperwork, it's called an evidentiary hearing. That is your bail hearing. You may or may not be found eligible for bail in a week, but you are not eligible today. You are going to be held. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. Thanks. Miguel Leon, if you come in, please. Then Matthew Mendez Mulholland, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Miguel Angel Leon, birthday April 2nd, 1999.
All right, thank you. You are here on a new case. You were arrested on allegations of possession of dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, conspiracy to commit that offense, that's a Class 2 felony, dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and possession or use of a weapon during the commission of a drug trafficking crime, that's a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. I'm scheduling 2 court dates in your case. The first will be this Wednesday, November 5th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be November 7th at 8:30 in the same court. And in this case, the state's recommendation is appropriate based on the danger posed to the community by the amount of drugs that you are accused to have been trafficking in, the extreme flight risk you pose, particularly given the amount of time that you may face in this case, and your potential access to large sums of money with which to post bail and flee the jurisdiction. So I am setting bail in the amount requested by the Attorney General's office, which is $100,000. It is cash only. If you post that, you will be released pending trial. You may not leave the state without the court's permission. If you miss a court date or violate your release conditions, you may lose that bail money forever, and there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. If you step to your left, the officer is going to give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Mendez Mulholland. Oh, an officer, I guess we've got counsel appearing in some of these. Do we have a second officer available? Because I can wait while we get one in here, because counsel wants to appear.
Can we get an additional officer to take
Okay.
for it?
I'm going to call, Mr. Mendez, stay where you are. We're going to wait for them to come in. I'm thinking you're probably...
I'll be here for that one, Your Honor.
Just that one? Okay, thank you. That's helpful. All right, because I was trying to deduce. All right. And did they just come in? No, here they come. No, wait 1 second, sir. Okay, we've got the officer. I hope. There we go. Here he comes. Hi. Okay, now, Miss, you can come in, Mr. Mendez. Thank you. You know, thanks for being here. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Matthew Mendez Mulholland. My birth date's November 4th, 1995.
Okay, thank you. Then let me have the appearance of counsel, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gone, back to state.
Thank you. Mr. Mendez, I need you, or Mulholland, I need you to keep eyes front, please. All right, sir, you've been arrested in a new case. The allegations are aggravated assault. Oh, I forgot to change the class of offense. It's aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a Class 3 felony as alleged. I don't know if I'm reprinting at the end of the case for something else or not, so I'm going to hold off for a second. But that's a Class 3. They booked it as a Class 2. It's a 3 on these facts. Assault as a Class 1 misdemeanor and disorderly conduct a Class 1 misdemeanor. Based on what the police presented, there is probable cause for all of those crimes. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. Your status conference will be November 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, and your preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 7th at 8:30 in the same court. Before the court sets conditions of bail or release, what does the state want to recommend?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $100,000 secured appearance bond along with electronic monitoring if he is released. That request is based on the domestic violence nature of the offense. He allegedly physically assaulted the victim, then ran her over with his vehicle. After he had done that, he picked her up and drug her into the residence. The victim was injured. The victim has described other incidents of domestic violence, including previous choking incidents. There is a strong weight of the evidence. There is actually a video of the offense, which law enforcement did provide to me earlier this morning that I did watch, which does verify everything that is included in the Form 4. We are concerned that he is an extreme danger to this victim and therefore think that that high bond is necessary.
All right, thank you. Mr. Mendez-Mulholland, I've considered what's been alleged against you, and there does appear to be a strong weight of evidence. If they have the video they say they have, that is a strong weight of evidence. The injury to the victim was significant, and the danger to the alleged victim that you pose, the potential risk to the alleged victim, this court finds is extreme. That in terms of the red flags for domestic violence murder, there are a lot of them in this case. So, for that reason, the court does order bail in the amount requested by the state. That is $100,000. It is secured, which means you can use a bail bond. If you post it, you will be on pretrial services with alcohol monitoring and an electronic ankle monitor to keep you accountable for staying away from the alleged victim. You may not go to any location where she is, including that residence. What you can do is a civil standby one time with a law enforcement officer next to you to collect belongings. You may not go there on any other basis. Absolutely no contact with her, whether you are in or out of jail. You may not respond to any contact from her. Absolutely no contact with the alleged witnesses. There are multiple witnesses. No contact with any of them. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you're served with an order of protection, you must comply with that as well. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, he's going to give you a copy of that. Did you want to be excused then, counsel?
Yes.
Okay, great. We'll give you a second to get out of here before I call the next case.
Yeah.
Mr. Dorto, you can come in. After that, Mr. Coco, you can go to the chair, please.
Judge Jones? Yeah, thank you.
Right there, sir. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Shane Edwards Dorto, 8183.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for drive-by shooting, a Class 2 felony, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony, and disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you.
Thank you.
Your next court date will be a status conference, November 5th, which is this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court.
Yes, ma'am.
With a preliminary hearing Friday, November 7th at 8:30 in the morning. Bond is set in your case at $50,000. It is secured. That means you can use a bail bondsman to possibly post for less than the full amount. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim or your co-defendant or any witness in the case. You may not go to the scene of the alleged crime. And no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Everything else is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, he's going to give you a copy of that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Coco? And then David Anderson, will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Coco Martin Coco, October 31st, 2000.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It's a Class 3 felony, and there are 3 allegations of that. Also threatening and intimidating, 2 allegations of that. Those are Class 1 misdemeanors. There is probable cause for all of them, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference, November 5th, which is this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. Your bond is $25,000. It is secured. If you post it, you will be on an ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. That is to keep you away from the location where the crimes allegedly occurred. I believe you were living there, so you can do a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings, and then you must find another residence. But you cannot go to that location at all unless there is an officer with you. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victims. You may not respond to contact from any of them. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. If you get served with an order of protection, you have to comply with that as well. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, he has your copy. Thank you. Mr. Anderson? And then Karen Purley, we go to the chair. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
David Anderson, November 3rd, 1984.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for theft, a Class 3 felony, third-degree burglary, a Class 4 felony, theft of a credit card, Class 5 felony, and failure to admit the carrying of a deadly weapon on your person or in a vehicle when asked by a police officer. That is a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you.
Thank you.
Your next court date is a status conference, November 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30 in the same court. Bond is set in your case at $25,000. It is secured. If you post it, you must comply with all of your conditions. Those include no contact with any co-defendants, no contact with any victims. You may not go to the scene of the alleged crimes. You may not leave the state of Arizona without the court's advance written permission.
Fair.
No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you step to your left, you've got your paperwork. Thank you. After Ms. Purley will be Mr. Julio Hernandez Martinez. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please? What's your name, ma'am?
Karen Purley,
What's your date of birth?
11/20/1982.
All right, thank you. You are here on a grand jury warrant because you were indicted some time ago, back in 2020, for the following charges. Aggravated assault, a Class 3 dangerous felony, and domestic violence offense, allegedly committed July 12 of 2020. Disorderly conduct, a Class 1 domestic violence misdemeanor, committed the same date, and assault as a Class 3 domestic violence misdemeanor, committed the same date. Looks like this comes out of the Mesa Police Department, and the warrant went out in October of 2020, has been outstanding since. You'll get a copy of those charges from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing November 6th, which is 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the grand jury judge, and that is $15,000 secured. If you post that, do not go to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with any alleged victims. If you have been living where they live, you cannot as of this moment. What you can do is a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings. I gave some thought to putting an ankle monitor on you, but it has been 5 years since this was allegedly committed, and you do not appear to have encountered law enforcement in 5 years. So I'm not going to do that, but you still cannot live where they live. And absolutely no contact with them from this moment on. You can't respond to contact from them. You can talk to your lawyer about any kind of court order to change that if you've been having contact with them for the past 5 years. But if you haven't, then that doesn't really apply. Absolutely no weapons. This is a weapon charge. It's an indictment, so I can't see exactly what you've been accused of. But to be a Class 3 felony dangerous, it's almost certainly a firearm. Absolutely no weapons while the case is pending. No drugs without a valid prescription. No alcohol. Everything else is going to be on your paperwork.
I have one quick question, Your Honor.
What's your question?
I've been living in Reno since 2020.
Yeah, I know you're out of state. You may not leave without the permission of the court in your case. I'm not going to give you permission to go on this kind of charge. This is prison mandatory if you get convicted.
Yeah.
You're not convicted. You're accused. You're presumed innocent. I'm just saying there's flight risk involved. There's danger involved. But it's been 5 years. I recognize that. I'm still not giving you permission right now to go back and forth to Nevada. Stick around, go to court, talk to your lawyer about getting permission and proving to the Arizona court that you will appear and you will come to trial and surrender if you are found guilty.
Okay.
So everything's going to be on your paperwork. If you step to your left, he'll give you that. Thank you. Mr. Hernandez Martinez. And then Michael Guthrie, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Julio Hernandez, March 29, 2006.
Okay, thanks. You're on a new case. You've been arrested for theft as a Class 3 felony, burglary in the 3rd degree, a Class 4 felony, and failure to admit the carrying of a deadly weapon in your vehicle or on your person when asked by a police officer. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your status conference will be November 5th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30 in the same court. You don't have the same criminal history as your co-defendant, and you have some ties to Arizona. So your bond is $5,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions. No contact with any co-defendants. That's at least the other gentleman in court. It may end up being the female who was involved in the case. I don't know if she got arrested or not. You may not go to the scene of the alleged crimes. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, he has a copy. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Mr. Guthrie, and then Corey Wheeler. Will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Michael Robert Guthrie, 10/28/82.
All right, thank you. You've been arrested for aggravated domestic violence. It's a Class 5 felony. It's alleged to have occurred back on August 27th of 2025. But the way the law works, the third accusation of domestic violence within any 7-year period becomes chargeable as a felony. So even though I think at least one of your predicate priors was actually after August 27th, you've been convicted of it. So talk to your lawyer about that, but they can literally use that against you to enhance an earlier crime. So talk to your lawyer about that. There's definitely probable cause for this. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your status conference will be November 5th. That is this Wednesday, 8:30 in the morning, with the preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30 in the same court. You've got multiple prior felonies, numerous, over 20 misdemeanor convictions, including many for violating orders of protection. So the court finds that you do pose a risk, a safety risk to this alleged victim, and a high risk of doing this again while the case is pending. Bond is set in your case at $5,000 secured with written conditions that include ankle monitoring. That is going to be explained to you if and when you post a bond. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim, whether you are in or out of jail. You may not respond to any contact from her. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. You must obey any and every order of protection that's been served on you. If you step to your left, you get a copy of the paperwork.
I'm supposed to self-surrender for the conviction on this month, or this Saturday, the 1st.
Which jail?
Here.
Okay. So what's going to happen is you won't, well, I don't know what happens on the self-surrender. If the sheriff's office knows that they have you, but you need to end up in front of a judge and get a court date, probably. I don't know. Talk to the DOs after court. And all the time I've been doing this, which is a long time, I can't recall that ever becoming, that's interesting. If it was the city jail, I'd say you're going to end up with a warrant and you'll get notified that way. And this is the government. I wouldn't presume that the sheriff's office will know that they have you. Talk to the DOs. Maybe you can put in a tank order or something saying that you want it like known you're in custody, and then it's entirely possible you can start getting credit for time served on that as of Saturday. But I genuinely don't know the answer. You can talk to your lawyer in this case about it when you see them next week and see if they can try to make sure that you are getting credit for time in custody, because if you're still here on your self-surrender date, you've got a real good argument that you should be entitled to begin credit for time in custody on that case. But talk to your lawyer in this case, see if they have any suggestions, and see if you can talk to the DOs and make sure that they know. All right, if you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Mr. Wheeler, Corey Wheeler, and then DeCorian Banks, we go to the chair.
Do I go here?
Mr. Wheeler, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Corey Stephen Wheeler, October 3rd, 1986.
All right, thank you. You're here on 4 cases. The first one is a new misdemeanor case. The other 3 are probation holds that have been filed by the probation department. In the new case, you are accused of disorderly conduct, assault, and criminal trespass, all domestic violence misdemeanors. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in the Peoria City Court, at least for purposes of bail. In this type of case, you can potentially get a court-appointed lawyer for the whole case if the Peoria court wants to give you one, and if the state asks for any jail time, the Peoria court will give you a lawyer. provided that you're indigent. But in any case, pursuant to their policy, I can only appoint one for you right now for assistance with the bond issue.
Okay.
So your arraignment hearing in Peoria is November 4th at 9 in the morning. If you don't bond out, there will be a lawyer there to help you with the bond question.
Okay.
That is this Tuesday at 9 in the morning. Your bond is $1,000 secured in this case. You're also here on 3 probation warrants because you're on felony probation in 3 different cases, and the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation in all 3 cases based on this new arrest.
Okay.
So you have a lawyer in probation court.
Okay.
Your court date there is 1 week from today, which is November 6th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. It's a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Your bond in each of those 3 cases is $1,000 secured. That is $4,000 total. If you bond out, comply with every one of your conditions, comply with that order of protection, no contact with the alleged victim in the new case, which, as I recall, is your mother. Call your probation officer within 72 hours of any release from custody. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy of that.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Banks? Yes. And then Jonathan Guyot, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Corey Marquise Adriel Banks, 10/13/95.
Okay, thank you. You are here on 1 new case and 2 probation holds. In your new case, you were arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, then resisting arrest and drug paraphernalia possession, which are Class 6 felonies, and then the following misdemeanors: criminal damage, obstruction of justice by the refusal to provide a true name, and 3rd-degree criminal trespass. Those are all 3 misdemeanors. There is probable cause for all of these crimes, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference, November 5th, which is this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing Friday, November 7th at 8:30. The probation department will also be filing a petition to revoke your probation in both of your probation cases based on this new arrest. So I'm appointing a lawyer for you in probation court also. Your court date there will be 1 week from today, November 6th at 8:30 in the morning. That's going to be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. The court address is on your paperwork. Your bond in each of these 3 cases is $1,000 secured for $3,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Guyot, and then Ryan Hancock. Will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Jonathan Michael Gallo, 05/22 of 1993.
All right, thank you. You're here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 3 felony. Back on January 29th of this year, there was a warrant issued for your arrest for failure to comply with your probation. The petition to revoke your probation alleges that you violated terms 6 and 7. You get a copy of it from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be 1 week from today, November 6th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. That will be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Your bond is $1,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, call your PO within 72 hours of release. If you step to your left, he's going to give you a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Hancock, after that, Monique Gutierrez, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ryan Hancock, 9/1/84.
Thank you. You're here on 1 new case and 3 probation holds. In your new case, you were arrested for dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date in the new case is a status conference this coming Wednesday, November 5th at 8:30, and your preliminary hearing will be November 7th at 8:30. The court address for that will be on your paperwork. The probation department will be filing petitions to revoke your probation in all 3 of your cases based on this new arrest. So you need to go to probation court. That will be 1 week from today, November 6th at 8:30 in the morning for a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. I am appointing a lawyer for you in all of your probation cases. All right. In the Class 2 prison contraband probation case, that's a Class 2 felony. Your bond is $500 secured. In each of the other 2 cases, it is $250 secured. In the new case, it is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody, because in the absence of all of your probation cases, we probably would have released you. So your total bond is $1,050. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours of release. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Gutierrez? And then David Bazuski, will you please go to the chair? Or Bashevsky, maybe? Hi, ma'am, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Monique Gutierrez, September 12, 1984.
All right, thank you. You're here on 2 probation warrants in 2 different felony cases. On February 6th of this year, there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in both cases. They allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get copies of those from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in both cases. Your next court date is going to be in the downtown probation court, November 6th at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. That's going to be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Your bond in each of the 2 cases is $500 secured. That is $1,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. The gentleman has your paperwork.
Excuse me, I have a question. I have a federal warrant too.
Oh.
So federal's gonna come pick me up, right? Like after this?
When you're done, yeah, if they put a hold on you, check with the DOs.
So can you make sure that you schedule me a new court date? Cause I'm pretty sure they're gonna come for me right now.
I can't do anything in federal court, ma'am.
I know, not federal, but for state though,
What is it you're asking me to do?
What I'm saying is, like, they're gonna come for me today, tomorrow, whatever.
No, they're gonna come for you when Maricopa County is done with you. They can't pull you out of Maricopa custody unless they get a writ to extradite you out of Maricopa County custody, which they're not gonna do.
Okay, cool.
So, talk to the DOs. What happens is the marshals will put a hold on you at the jail. And all that means is when Maricopa County is done with you, the marshals would get a call and they'll get 24 hours to come and get you.
Okay.
When we're done with you.
Yeah.
And so unless you are some kind of really high profile federal fugitive.
No.
That's the way it works. But talk to the DOs. You can ask them, do I have a marshal's hold? You may not now, it may be coming up, but if you know you have a warrant, you very likely you have or are about to have a marshal's hold. So talk to these guys after court, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, sure. Mr. Brzezowski?
Yeah, I'm going to jail. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
David Wayne Brzezinski, 10/31/1966.
All right, thank you. You're here on a warrant from the Santan Justice Court for failing to appear in a case in which you've been charged with consuming alcohol in a vehicle, possession of an open container of alcohol in a vehicle, possession of drug paraphernalia, and failure to appear, which is itself a Class 2 misdemeanor. The others are also misdemeanors. This warrant issued February 21st of 2025. Your next court date is going to be an arraignment hearing November 4th, which is this Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning in the Santan Justice Court down in Chandler. Your bond is $250. It is secured. If you post it, comply with all of your written conditions and do not miss your court dates. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy of your paper.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Chacon, Pablo Chacon? Pablo?
Let's try it again.
You might be no, he's got a black T-shirt. Pablo Chacon. And then Ronald Lovato, we go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Paul Chacon, 12/25/89.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You're arrested for second-degree burglary. It's a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your status conference will be November 13th at 8:30 in the morning with a preliminary hearing November 17th at 8:30. The state recommended bond in your case. I note that your prior felony conviction is marijuana. It's from 2012, and it's likely that your lawyer can help you. It's possible your lawyer can help you get that expunged. That was marijuana for sale originally. So anyway, the idea of whether you can get that conviction expunged or not can be fact-driven. So I don't know if it can be or not in your case. I was assuming that, but then I looked at the history and it looked like that started as a sales case. So talk to your lawyer about that. So I know why the state recommended bond. There's also a really strong weight of evidence against you, but I'm going to put you on an ankle monitor. I'm not convinced that this is prison mandatory if you go to trial. That depends on that prior felony. This may be probation eligible. So talk to your lawyer about that. You're going to wear an ankle monitor, though, because there's a strong weight of evidence against you. Do not go anywhere near the scene of the alleged crime. No contact with any alleged victim or with any witnesses. No contact with your co-defendant. No weapons, no drugs on a valid prescription. The electronic monitoring will be explained to you before you leave here. It has to be put on before you can go. If you violate electronic monitoring, you're going to get a bond. There will be a warrant. You can have a warrant put out within hours. There will be a warrant, and you will get a bond. You're not going to get a second try at monitoring. So if you want to be out of custody, you have to comply with that. If you are working, you'll be able to work. If you're not, you're going to be where we know you are. You step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork.
Have a seat on the left, please, sir.
Mr. Lovato, and then Brennan Heathcock. Will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ronald Lovato, Ronald Anthony Lovato, February 5th, 1989.
Okay, thanks. You're here on an arrest warrant because you've been charged in a criminal complaint with an older case. It's burglary in the 3rd degree, which is weirdly listed as a Class 4 felony. Hang on. I wonder if that's attempt. Let me actually look at the complaint, because sometimes the clerks that type the warrants, they make a mistake. Oh, okay. Huh, a non-residential structure of somebody. Okay, yeah, burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony. All right. The alleged offense date is May 29th of this year. You'll get a copy of the charge and police reports from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference, November 13th, which is 2 weeks from now, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing November 17th at 8:30. The court address is on your paperwork. This is not a new case, and you haven't missed a court date in this case. We just didn't have a working address for you. So I'm going to release you to pretrial services. That is the recommended supervision level. Looks like your priors are drug paraphernalia possession, not this type of offense. So I'm going to give you a try at pretrial services. I'm not going to make you wear an ankle monitor. This was a while ago. Do not go to the scene of the alleged crime. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. You're going to have to report into pretrial services. They usually just have you call. It's not hard. If you blow it off, if you miss a court date, if you violate release conditions, we will put out a warrant for your arrest, like I told the last defendant. We're not going to give you a second try at pretrial. We're not going to go, oh, well, you didn't do that, so we're going to put an ankle monitor on you. No, I think most of us are just going to go straight to bond. If you can't do this, we're going straight to bond. So comply with your release conditions. Go to court, talk to your lawyer about this. If you miss a court date, there's going to be a warrant, okay? Step to your left to get your paper. Mr. Heathcock and Jamie Cardell, you go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Brennan Samuel Heathcock, 4/13/99.
Thank you. Here on a new case, you were arrested for criminal damage and failure to obey a police officer. Those are Class 2 misdemeanors, and there is probable cause for them. What's your question?
What's the criminal damage about? Because
I'm reading it. Hold on. Kicking the inside of the patrol vehicle and causing damage, spitting on the window divider, that's not damage. Obviously, it's indicative of things, but it's not damage. But it's from kicking the car. So you have the right to discovery in the case. They'll have to pony up discovery showing what damage they are alleging against you. That's enough for probable cause. So I do find probable cause for these. I am not appointing a lawyer for you because we don't in this type of misdemeanor case unless you get a bond. I'm not giving you a bond today. The police allege that you've got some criminal history. I don't have a lot of details on it, but they allege, in the past at any rate, you've been arrested for DV assault, DV aggravated assault, disorderly conduct DV, criminal damage, and that you were possibly wildly drunk at the time. And the way it reads, they saved your life yesterday. So you take that up with the cops. But Mr. Heathcock, I'm releasing you.
Okay.
This portrays somebody who's not great at following release conditions, following authority. I'm already releasing you. I'm ordering you not to drink.
Yes,
no drinking. If I was a betting person, I'd say you were wildly intoxicated yesterday. Or maybe, if this is true, you just act like that anyway. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, go to court. Can you do all of those things?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we're good. You may want to justify yourself, but there's probable cause.
No, I know, but...
Just a second. Arraignment hearing, November 13th, 1 in the afternoon in the North Mesa Justice Court. Now, what did you want to say?
Me and my wife got in car accidents.
Right, sure, and they go into great detail about trying to find an SD card on the
Yes,
door point while
yes.
cars were going like this, and that they say they helped you, you refused to stop, and that you freaked out in the back of the patrol car. So go talk to a lawyer, go hire a lawyer, go represent yourself. I'm already releasing you.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if you were wanting to tell me that they wouldn't let you look for the SD card, they've given me a huge paragraph about the SD card.
That's okay.
And how you were going into lanes of traffic on the freeway. So if you dispute that, you can dispute that.
Okay, I
Talk,
will.
go tell that to the JP. I'm releasing you.
Yes, thank you. I had a question. I forgot now.
All right. Well, you're welcome. You're entitled to consult with a lawyer. You can also just go represent yourself. You meet directly with the prosecutor. They'll give you discovery. They'll give you any charging documents that have been filed, etc., and pick up your case there. Just don't miss a court date. Don't violate release conditions. No drinking at all while the case is pending. That means not at home on your own couch when you're just going to go to bed after. No drinking.
Right. I won't.
This criminal history and what they're portraying suggests extreme intoxication.
Right. For the past 2 years, I've been trying to get my life better. So
then don't miss court, because warrants, especially in a case like this, which, relatively speaking, I think on a Class 2 misdemeanor, you can go look it up, but I think the maximum penalty is 4 months jail, etc.
Oh, goodness.
You should be more worried about having an outstanding warrant. So
in Mojave County?
No, here.
What?
If you've got one in Mojave,
wait.
You should deal with that before it hits the system. I don't see one.
I don't have a warrant. And what, here?
I'm saying don't pick up a warrant by not showing up in a case like this.
Of course, yes.
Saying, I'm angry, I feel mistreated by the police.
Right.
I will teach them a lesson by not going to court.
No, that's ridiculous.
Okay, I think so, but people do it all the time.
Right.
They're like, I'm mad, that was an unfair arrest, so I'm gonna get back at them by not showing up and catching a warrant. So just go. Just go.
Oh, yeah,
all right? All right, everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you get a copy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Cardell, Jamie Cardell. Then Precious Lawson, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Jamie Cardell, September 9th, 1996.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. Your case is going to go out of the University Lakes Justice Court, which I think is in Chandler. The address is on your paperwork. You've been accused of criminal damage and theft, both as misdemeanors. There is probable cause for that. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because we don't when it's alleged as a misdemeanor. You have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourself. But this is not the type of misdemeanor that we give you a court-appointed lawyer for, unless you get a bond, and I'm not planning to give you a bond today. Your arraignment hearing is November 4th, which is this Tuesday at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's about 5 days from now. Don't miss it. It's down in University Lakes. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. I note, and I put a note in here because you need to be very aware, the police have laid out 100% of the elements for theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. They chose to book you as a misdemeanor for reasons I can probably deduce from reading this. It doesn't have to stay a misdemeanor. If you make yourself interesting to the government by committing new crimes or by missing a court date, this can be clawed back from the Justice Court and sent to the county attorney's office at any time. In fact, the county attorney charges cases in Justice Court, so they'll see it. If they want to charge you as a felony when they get this case, they can. Don't make yourself interesting by failing to appear or committing new crimes. Based on what I'm reading, you could easily be involved in new crimes while this case is pending. That would be unbelievably stupid. You're begging for felony charging in a case like this. The police already cut you a break for reasons I can deduce. Don't screw it up by failing to appear or committing new crimes, okay? You're presumed innocent in this case. I recognize that, and I am releasing you. Do you have any reason to go to any university, college, or school campus?
No.
then I have prohibited you. I was gonna give you an exception if you were going to a school.
Oh, well, I live in Tempe, but I don't go to Tempe.
Don't go there. Those places are hotbeds of bike and scooter theft. You may not set foot on any school campus. Basically, I want to keep you away from bike racks. So don't go to any campus and no school, not elementary, not college, not university. Show up for court, okay? If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Ms. Lawson, Precious Lawson. And then Natasha Robles, we go to the chair. Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Precious Lawson, 5/20/1998.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for shoplifting in class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for it. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you though, because as long as you're getting released, we don't give you one. You only get a lawyer for the bond issue, and I'm not planning to give you a bond today. Your arraignment hearing is going to be November 18th, which is almost 3 weeks from now, in the White Tank Justice Court. That's at 9:30 in the morning, and that address is going to be on your paperwork. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. It's up to the police to give criminal history information in a case like this, and they have just listed a DUI arrest, so they're not saying you have some long history of shoplifting or something. So I'm going to release you. Do not go to this door while the case is pending. No contact with any employees there. Everything else is going to be on your paperwork, okay? Don't miss court. If you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Ms. Robles, Natasha Robles, and then Ebian Colasso or Collazo, will you please go to the chair? Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Yeah, Natasha Robles.
Which date of birth?
10/25/85.
Okay, thanks. You're hearing a warrant from the Agua Fria Justice Court because you've been charged in that court with 2 counts of DUI, both as misdemeanors. One is impaired to the slightest degree by anything, and the other one is drugs. And those are both class 1 misdemeanors. Both, it's 2 ways of violating the same statute. Both alleged to have been committed on March 11th of this year. It looks like this case comes out of the Department of Public Safety. You'll get a copy of the charges and police reports from your lawyer, and we can give you a court-appointed lawyer in a DUI case. So I am appointing a lawyer for you.
Okay.
Your arraignment hearing will be November 19th, which is almost 3 weeks from now at 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm going to release you on your own recognizance because court records show this was an unserved summons. The constable tried to find you and serve a summons. They couldn't find you, and that's the only reason it turned into a warrant, because it didn't have a valid address. So be sure when you get to the Justice Court to give them your current address, because court dates can change, and if you miss the thing in the mail, you'll catch a warrant.
Okay.
Are you being held on anything else, or did they just dress you out because you had a clothing issue?
Yeah, it was on my stomach.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're actually getting out, because if you're held on something else, I might not be doing you a favor by releasing you. So, all right. Steps you have to get your paperwork, don't miss your court date. And in your case where it says no contact with any alleged victim, that's in case there was a collision. If there was no collision, it doesn't apply. But if there was a collision, no contact with any people involved, okay?
Okay.
All right, just step to your left to get the paperwork. Mr. Criazo? And then Heavenly Cuellar, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Ebian Colazo, August 24th, 2007.
All right, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for criminal speeding and reckless driving. Criminal speeding is a class 3 misdemeanor. Reckless driving is a class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because I am planning to release you today. We only give a lawyer if there's a bond. Your arraignment hearing is going to be November 19th at 11 in the morning in the Maryvale Justice Court. That address is going to be on your paperwork. The police don't list any prior history for you. I didn't have the time or today the interest in looking up any juvenile history you might have, so I'm going to assume you don't have any.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Okay, great. And so your arraignment hearing is right there. Do not miss it. I am releasing you because in general, in cases like this, we hope that the fun time that you're going to have, because it's going to be awfully close to 24 hours by the time you hit the street. It's very slow to be released. Looks like you were arrested at 8:40 last night. That the night in jail should be enough to motivate most people to go to court, because you do not want this to happen again.
I don't.
And so go to court. You can meet directly with the prosecutor. You get police reports. You can talk to them about any offer that they might make you, etc. In the meantime, do not pick up any new arrests, no crimes. No drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, you're not 21, Everything is on your paperwork, okay? If you step to your left, you get a copy.
Thank you.
Ms. Cuellar?
One more guy out there?
And then Mr. Figueroa, we go to the chair. Christopher Figueroa to the chair, please. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Heavenly Cuellar, 82992.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for allegations of possessing narcotic and dangerous drugs. 2 narcotic drug allegations, 1 dangerous drug. Those are all class 4 felonies. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You have 2 upcoming court dates. One is a status conference, November 13th. That's about 2 weeks from now, 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing November 17th at 8:30. The court address in downtown Phoenix is on your paperwork. And in this case, I am releasing you. Not because, well, you would have qualified for release on your own recognizance, but also I did not find probable cause for purposes of today's hearing only because the police didn't provide enough information to support their allegation that what you had was those things. But it doesn't mean the case is dismissed, which is why I told you your court dates first, because I don't want you to think that the case is dismissed. When there's a no probable cause finding, the charges are still pending against you, but you're entitled to be released, which you don't really have any criminal history. I'm sure I would have released you anyway. Just go to court. If you miss that court date and the charges do get filed, because the county attorney now has a window of time to file the formal charges, if they do file them, there's going to be a warrant out for you if you don't go.
Okay.
I did put a phone number on your paperwork. I recommend you call that a few days in advance. The 13th is a Thursday, so maybe on Monday the 10th of November, call and say, do I still have a court date? Because sometimes the county attorney chooses to wait for lab results before they file these cases. It's up to them, though. It's entirely up to them. There's the way the officers worded it, I suspect they may have done a field test, but they didn't say that, and they have to. So yours could get filed, so be careful. Don't just assume that it's going to go away until they get lab results. I'd call on the 10th, just so you don't waste a trip to court on the 13th. It's very troublesome to park and go to court and all that. So just call on the 10th, verify you still have a court date, okay?
Okay.
Everything's on your paperwork if you step to your...
Do I go home? Will I be going home too?
That's correct. So don't lose your paperwork. It's also got a sheet for the public defender's office. Remember that number, it says you can call to verify dates and times. Call that one on the Monday before your court hearing, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Mr. Figueroa? And then Mr. Daniels, if you go to the chair. Right here, sir. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
It is Christopher Figueroa, August 8th, 1986.
Okay, thanks. You're in one new case and one probation case. In the new case, you were booked in on allegations of possessing dangerous and narcotic drugs. Did she not get the card, officer? She didn't get it? He didn't get it? All right, he needs to read that, so maybe let's do house call so he has a fair chance to read that card. I cannot take a waiver if he doesn't read the card. All right, I apologize, Mr. Figueroa, nothing to do with you. All right, you got booked in for dangerous and narcotic drug possession. Those are class 4 felonies. Also, drug paraphernalia possession, that's a class 6 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. I'm going to send you to court on November 13th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference. Preliminary hearing November 17th at 8:30. And the probation department is going to be filing a petition to revoke your probation. That is their policy based on this new arrest. And so you have to go to probation court. That court date is going to be next week, November 6th, 1 week from today, 8:30 in the morning. The address for that is on your paperwork. That's a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. You will have a lawyer for that case also. Now, you're going to be released in both cases because the police did not meet probable cause in your new arrest either because they failed to give an adequate basis to identify the drugs. And they have to do that. Even though I believe they are probably right, and statistics would say they are probably right, they have to meet a minimum standard. When they book you, they did not. So that also means there's no probable cause for your probation violation. That's why I'm releasing you in that as well, because the only violation alleged against you today is that arrest, and I didn't find probable cause for it. So we do not dismiss cases out of jail court. I still gave you a lawyer. I'm giving you court dates. You got to go to your court dates, but you are entitled to be released. I did check the box that's going to put the phone number for probation on your paperwork, though, so you don't have any excuse not to call your PO. When you get out, you got 72 hours to call your PO. Just tell them what happened. This is not a new thing. Just say, judge didn't find probable cause. I've got my court dates. Just be compliant. The best thing you can do for yourself right now, just be good on probation. Get your probation officer in your corner, okay? And then don't miss any court dates, Okay, everything's on your paperwork. If you take that, you'll be put in the pipeline for release, okay?
So, will I be released today?
Correct, yes.
OR?
It's still slow, try to be patient.
Yes, ma'am.
But you will be out later today. That's why I'm trying to emphasize, you got 72 hours to call your PO. If you're smart, you call them much sooner and stay right with your PO.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that can only help you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so let me make house call records, and then we'll check in with Mr. Daniels if he's ready, but I want him to have plenty of time to read the card if he wants it. All right, so officer, I've got 3 house calls listed: Amelia Kayuski, Sherry Ziemba, and Joseph Scott. Are they not physically present in court because each of them has been isolated by the sheriff's office as a potential danger to themselves or others?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks. I did get an affirmative answer from the sheriff's office, so I will go see Amelia Kayuski, born 3/18/89, to let her know she's here on a bench warrant for failing to appear at a status conference in a case in which she's been charged with possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The warrant went out October 10 of this year. She already has a lawyer appointed. We're going to reschedule that status conference for November 5th, this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm planning to affirm the bond that was set in this case by the issuing court with release conditions I'll go over with her that include no weapons, no drugs, without a valid prescription. All right. Ms. Ziemba is here on 2 things. One's a new arrest, and one is a warrant from the Welton Justice Court. So her new case, the allegations are aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, which is a Class 3 felony. Disorderly conduct and criminal damage, those are Class 1 misdemeanors. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for her. I'm going to give her a status conference of November 5th at 8:30, the preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30, both of those here in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm currently inclined to set bail in her case in the amount of $15,000 secured. The state had recommended $25,000, but she doesn't appear to have any, no prior felony history. If she does post that bond, it's my intent to put her on an ankle monitor with alcohol testing. It does appear she has an alcohol abuse problem, and I want the ankle monitor to make sure she does not go to the scene of the alleged crimes, except one time on a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings. I'm going to order her to have no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, no contact with the alleged victim, who I believe is her mother in this case. She can't respond to any contact from the alleged victim. She has to obey any order of protection that might be served on her. She's also hearing a warrant from the Welton Justice Court, which is a failure to comply or failure to pay fines in a case in which she has been convicted of possessing drug paraphernalia. This warrant has been outstanding since October 1st of 2010, and it was confirmed by the Welton Justice Court, apparently. Yeah. Which is Yuma County. So, all right, I'm looking at it, which is not a requirement for me to see her on the warrant. I just was interested since it's so old. So the Yuma County Sheriffs did say they will come and get her from Maricopa. So, anyway, I'll advise her. This warrant is in that drug paraphernalia case. And so her arraignment hearing in Welton is scheduled for November 4th at 8:30, which is this Tuesday. And I'll appoint a lawyer for her in case she can't post that bail. She's not otherwise entitled. And it's my intent to set bail in the amount of $500 secured in that case with written conditions I'll go over with her. Joseph Scott, born 10/25/92, here on a new case. He got arrested for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, which is a Class 4 felony, and assault as a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for him. I'm going to give him the status conference date of November 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing November 7th at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm currently inclined to set bail in his case the amount of $10,000 secured with electronic monitoring and alcohol testing. I'm very concerned about the safety of the misdemeanor victims in this case, less so than the police officers who don't appear to know this person. But I am very concerned about victim safety on the misdemeanor victims. So I'm ordering him not to go to the scene of the alleged crimes. He can't live with any of the alleged victims. He can't have any contact with them. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Yes, so any order of protection might be served on him. And I've noted that the order doesn't apply to any children he may have who are not identified by the state as victims in the current case. It was unclear whether the children in the car were his or not, but I've made clear that he cannot violate the no contact order to exercise parenting rights. All right, if anything changes after I conduct those initial appearances in-house after this recording, my final order will reflect the court's ultimate decision in those cases. I'm not going to be updating the recording for those. All right, so let me find out if Mr. Daniels has had adequate time to review his fugitive rights. Okay, yep, okay, go ahead and come in then, Mr. Daniels. Okay, sir, please have a seat. And I just wanted to make sure you had time to read the card. All right, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Danielle Daniels, March 22nd, 1979.
Okay, thanks. You're here on 3 things. 2 are Arizona cases. 1 is an out-of-state case. I'm going to do that one last. I'm going to start with your Arizona matters. First, you were arrested on a new allegation of possessing dangerous drugs. It's a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case. You're going to have 2 court dates coming up next week. One is a status conference, November 5th at 8:30. The second is a preliminary hearing, November 7th at 8:30. You're also here on a probation violation warrant because you're on misdemeanor supervised probation in Maricopa County, and there was a petition to revoke your probation filed back on October 1st of 2024. So last year, that petition alleges that you violated term 3. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case also. Your court date in the probation court is going to be 1 week from today, which is November 6th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. And I am setting bail in each of those cases at $1,000 secured for $2,000 total. But you are also here on an Arkansas parole warrant. Arkansas put out a parole violation warrant for you on November 26th of 2024. And so you have to go to extradition court. Extradition works very differently than an in-state warrant because you have extradition rights. You don't fight any charges in Arizona. You just have an extradition proceeding. So your rights were, as we gave them to you on the card, I'll just summarize them quickly. You have 3 in your case. 1 is the right to have an extradition hearing on this warrant within 90 days after today. As part of that extradition process, you're entitled to have the governors of each state sign official paperwork. One of those things it's a governor's warrant signed by the governors of each state. It's actually 2 warrants, but they have to get real signatures from real governors. That's why they get 90 days. And those have to be presented to the court before you can be taken back to Arkansas without your agreement. Thirdly, you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense in the extradition proceedings, but extradition proceedings aren't criminal cases. They're civil cases. So you don't have a constitutional right to a lawyer. What you have is the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourself. Now, in a parole violation case, the law requires that you not be given bail no matter what you decide, because you can agree to go back. We call that waiving extradition. And that ends any extradition proceedings. They would end as soon as you enter a waiver. So we give people an opportunity to waive at this first hearing because some people want to, because they'll just want to start a clock running against the other state. But you don't have to waive extradition. You are absolutely entitled to have that extradition hearing within 90 days, get those governor's warrants, and go to an extradition hearing. So if you did want to waive, I could ask you some formal questions, see if you want to give up your rights and sign the waiver today. It's not your only opportunity, it's just your first opportunity. But if you did that, that would start a 30-day clock against Arkansas. But that clock doesn't start until you're done with your Arizona cases. Once Arizona says they're done with you for criminal cases, that could include warrants from other Arizona cities or counties. Once Arizona's completely done with you, Arkansas will be notified. And that will give them 30 calendar days to come and get you. If they don't, you get released, but the warrant stays active in the national system because we can't quash an Arkansas warrant. Only Arkansas can quash that warrant. So you could be rearrested on it the very next day after you get released if you don't do something about it in Arkansas. So in any event, if you don't want to waive today, you'll keep all your rights, and I'm going to give you a court date. It will be November 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's about 2.5 weeks from now. That would be your next opportunity to waive if you wanted to think about waiving. But in the meantime, I have to hold you no bond no matter what you decide because you've already been convicted. So people on probation and parole who come in on extradition warrants, they cannot be given bail. So I must hold you without bond in the Arkansas parole case. I know that's a lot of info, but I do have to ask you, do you want to waive today, or do you want to keep your rights and just go to your next hearing in extradition court? I can't decide for you, and I can't tell you what the best idea is, because I can't give you legal advice. No, don't know what you want to do?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go back regardless, you know?
Yeah, so it's entirely up to you. If you want to waive today, then you would not have any more court hearings. They wouldn't take you to court on the 17th. You'd just be sitting in the jail. You're still no bond on that Arkansas warrant because you waived. You'd take care of your Arizona matters, and then once Arizona was done, Arkansas gets notified by our sheriff's office that they're on their 30-day clock to come and get you. But you'll have to be done in Arizona for these purposes is going to mean you are convicted, acquitted, or the case is dismissed. That's what done would mean. And so when you're done, they'll let Arkansas have you. But you don't get bond either way. Even if you keep your rights, you'll be on the 90-day clock. You're no bond. You'll go back to court on the extradition case. If you want to get more information about your case, there's a public defender generally assigned to that court who can help you. But she's not personally assigned to your case unless the extradition judge orders it. So I just need to know, do you want to enter a waiver today? Because I've got to ask you a bunch of formal questions to take a waiver. If you don't want to, I'll just let you keep your rights, and I'll give you that court date on the 17th, and we're done.
So by me waiving my rights?
Means you won't go back to court on the Arkansas warrant. You just get held no bond on it until Arkansas has had that 30 days.
No, I'll sign the waiver.
You want to do it? Okay. Let me, I got to ask you the questions because I have to make a record that you do understand the rights you have before I ask if you want to give them up. So, hang on a second. I always use the script so I don't mess it up. Okay. First question is, did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork we gave you? That was the card. Did you read it? I need an...
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. I just need an answer out loud in case it ever gets transcribed. Do you understand you do not have to sign any waiver paperwork?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Do you understand you have the right to have an extradition hearing on that parole warrant here in Arizona?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense for the extradition proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and do you understand that you have the right to insist that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you can be taken back to Arkansas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so do you understand that if you give up those rights, that I'm going to hold you without bail, and even if you don't give up the rights, I have to hold you without bail. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so, do you want to give up all the rights I just went over and sign the waiver paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Has anybody threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign this paperwork?
No, ma'am.
And have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
No, ma'am.
All right. Then I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver paperwork and waiving your right to an extradition on the Arkansas warrant. My orders will direct our sheriff's office to notify Arkansas that you're ready to return. Arkansas will have 30 calendar days starting the day after you no longer have any Arizona charges or holds to come get you. Any questions for me before we have you sign? All right, then you just for the extradition stuff, you have to sign a couple of times. My clerk will tell you when, and you will get a copy of what you're signing. It is the extradition waiver. We just actually have to have an electronic signature on it. So if you step over here, she'll tell you when to sign. All right, then we already made my house call record. Anybody who's looking for those, that was about 8 or 10 minutes ago on this same recording. I made the record about the house calls. And so we are going to stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon. Oh, yeah, I thought I did. Gosh, I did so many good things. I thought I did everything right. Okay.